Well, this is Holy Week. It's also called Passion Week. It's the last week of the season of Lent, and it corresponds to the last week of Jesus' life. It began this past Sunday with Palm Sunday, and it will end this coming Sunday with Easter. And during this week, a lot of churches have extra services to help us trace the last hours and note the last events of Jesus' life leading up to Easter. Here at Orchard, we have a Maundy Thursday service, and we also participate in the community Good Friday service. And when you put that together with our Ash Wednesday service and the fact that many churches have other parts to the season of Lent, we here at Orchard, we had a special Lenten class, we had a Lenten devotional guide, we had a prayer event called Stages of the Cross, and when you add all of those things together, it's a lot. In the church, it's even more attention than we give to Christmas, if you think about it. And there's a reason for that. You see, as special as Christmas is, and it is very special, it is important and wonderful to celebrate the birth of our Savior, but as special as Christmas is, the truth is that it's actually Easter that is the most important celebration in the church, because Easter is the celebration of the resurrection. And the resurrection of Jesus is the cornerstone of our faith. In fact, the resurrection of Jesus is so important that the Apostle Paul wrote this about it. He said in 1 Corinthians 15:14, "If Christ has not been raised, our preaching is useless, and so is your faith." Isn't that an amazing statement, that the resurrection is so important that without it, our faith is useless? Well, why is that? Why would Paul say such a thing? Well, for one reason, without the resurrection, if Jesus didn't rise from the dead, then God is not who he says he is, and he does not do what he says he will do. Because the resurrection was prophesied in the Old Testament. It said this was going to happen to the Messiah. For example, in Psalm 16:10, in speaking about the Messiah, it said, "My body also will rest secure, because you will not abandon me to the realm of the dead, nor will you let your faithful one see decay." He won't decay because he's going to rise from the dead. Jesus himself said 3 different times, very specifically, that he would rise from the dead. One is in Mark 9:31, where he said of himself, "The Son of Man is going to be delivered into the hands of men. They will kill him, and after 3 days he will rise." It's for this reason that the Apostle Paul also says in 2 Corinthians 1:9 that we have a God who raises the dead. The resurrection is also important because it demonstrates that Jesus conquered sin, that he conquered death. It demonstrates that the promise of heaven is real and open. It demonstrates that God is indeed in control, that he has power over life and death and every other thing, and he cannot be defeated. It's the demonstration of the fact that good triumphs over evil, that hope triumphs over despair in Jesus. And it validates the fact that Jesus wasn't just a good man or a good teacher, but that he is, in fact, the Son of the living God, that he was and is the Son of the living God, and that he is our risen Savior. Happy Easter.